All right, everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm sorry it has been a minute, but I actually do have a legitimate reason. You probably might even be able to hear it while I'm talking right now, but there is major construction going on outside of my house, and it's been going on for several weeks now, which is why I have not been able to record because it's been getting picked up in the microphone. So I've tried to pick some downtimes to try and record to work around this, but that is the main reason why I haven't been uploading any videos. So I'm sure the thumbnail is going to mention this in some way, shape, or form. I am transforming this room. So today's plan, I think, is to just kind of remodel this whole room and turn it into a giant workshop type area. I was watching a Dallas Med 65 video and he made a workshop, so I got some inspiration from that. Highly recommend that you go and check out his channel, watch his videos if you like watching Minecraft. And we're going to take some inspiration from that and try and make it work here. We'll see how things end up panning out. All right, well, first things first, looking at this room is this needs to go because I'm going to line the walls here. We're going to make this look completely different today, so it is not going to look anything like it does right now, which is a good thing because it's been needing to be done like that for a while. But then we have these furnaces here as well, and I'm just trying to check if anything's in them, which I don't think it is. So we're going to take all these out, and we're going to get lots and lots of coal, and apparently clay as well, and all sorts of blocks. Okay, maybe there was stuff in it. And what we're going to do is move those furnaces over to this building over here, which we built a couple episodes ago. And I figured it was very fitting because we've got like these chimneys up top here. And so this will be for another episode, I think. I don't think I'm going to do it today, but this is going to be like our big mass smelting area. I think something of that nature. So we're going to build like a blast furnace in here and maybe an auto smelter if it'll fit in here. We'll see about that, but that's what that area is going to be. So now we kind of have the, oh, I missed a couple here. We kind of have this big empty room here, which seems to be what I've been using as my workshop all this time. It always seems like I'm kind of just in here. This is where I store all my shulkers. We do a lot of stuff around here. And so I figured let's kind of turn it into that. Let's turn it into a workshop. Let's see if we can make it something nice here. So once I get rid of this chest, this is like full of stuff. So we're going to have to clear that out in a second here. Maybe I'll just throw that in there. But I think there's potential, except for maybe this right here. I'm not sure what I was doing down here. Right. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is do the wallpaper. So by doing wallpaper, I mean I'm going to line the walls with a different style of block here. And so what I decided on was something interesting. I wanted to do something new here. So I am going to use dark oak. Sorry, it's a little dark actually. Let me place this torch so you can see. I'm going to use stripped dark oak logs because I really like this kind of texture that it has. And so this is going to be like the frame on the bottom like this. I guess this will be a little easier if we do it this way. And then I'm going to line the rest of the walls with stripped birch here. I feel like this will be a really cool look. I haven't tested it out yet, but this kind of dark brown with this light brown, I feel like creates a really nice wallpaper. I feel like it'll look really nice in here. So that's what I'm going to go with, especially because we have the spruce floor. But it is going to be a little difficult to do this here. This just needs to be completely reworked here. All right, that took about 15 minutes or so to finish that. Look at this right here. Well, I just jumped off of my scaffolding here. Look at this little view we have in the window with this the tower peak being right there. I think that looks so cool. So I want to have more buildings kind of sticking out like that. But this is it so far, and I'm going to do a roof here, so you're not going to see any of this stuff. So, okay, I think I've decided against the pale wood. It's just too pink. It doesn't really match the vibe of the room. We've got a lot of yellows and browns going on in here, and pink just isn't really a good color that meshes with that. Like if we place this block next to a light source, you'll see what I'm talking about. Like it's just got lots of kind of palish pink hues in it. So it'll work really well with like red blocks and stuff, but not this brown and tan we've got going on here. So I was looking for some sandstone, but I do not have any. I thought I had so much of this stuff. I was looking in the wrong thing. That's why. All right, so I think I've decided on this, the cut sandstone slab to be the roof. I feel like that's gonna mesh the best. And then what I'm going to do is try and do some sort of, I think I've said this like 4 times already. So some sort of scaffolding technique underneath it. All right, there we go. That is the shell completed. I like that much better. That looks much more like a actual ceiling. So I think it's kind of cool if I have some sort of like overhanging thing. I've got to get my material. Who was that? We've got an Enderman lurking around somewhere in here. Not sure where that is. We'll have to keep an eye out for him. Hopefully he doesn't steal any of my blocks. But so I was thinking, here's the design plan, is I want to make it look very busy in here. Like we're working on lots of things. And then I think I want to have some sort of scaffolding area up here. And we'll just store stuff up there. So I think that's what I'm going to do first. It looks very flimsy, but that was intentional. I wanted it to look like I just kind of plopped this thing in here. I just built it myself. Now I just don't know if I want to like replace some of these trapdoors with different types to make it really look like that. But essentially, this is just going to be like a big storage thing. I'm going to put a boat up here. Why not? Let's put a boat sitting right here, like I'm storing an old boat in there. And essentially that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stack a bunch of things up there. I think it would look really cool. So, but this is really cool here because this block looks like a crate. So you can kind of see what I mean. Like this looks like a crate, if you will. That's just going to be temporary. We're just going to, so just like that. And then we get rid of that. And it kind of looks like some sort of crate or something that we were keeping up there. But I still want to have the boat up there. So I'm going to take my boat and we'll find a nice spot for it. Maybe we can put it on top of the bookshelves like this. There we go. And then maybe one really tall crate over here. I mean, I think it works. I think it looks really cool. It kind of looks like some old crates lying around. I don't know, maybe even like a lobster cage or something. It kind of reminds me of that. Or a crab cage, whatever you call those. I like it. I think it looks really cool. It looks very busy, like I'm just storing things up there. And we can actually store stuff up there, which is really cool. So I'm a big fan of our little design we got going on over here. All right, so you and I are now going to design a giant shelf. And this shelf is specifically going to be made for shulker boxes. So this is going to be an original design between you and I here. We're going to make this live. So I think, how many do I have? We need to look here. So we have a row of 4 and a row of 5. So that would be 20 and 2. So we need to go at least 5 blocks in the air to fit all of them. So that would be 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is where we're going to start some sort of little design. So probably going to bring it across like this. We're going to have extra for sure. Extra room, but that's okay. And then I think just like that right there, that should work just fine. And then essentially, we can place the shulkers against the wall here. I'm just going to kind of change this up a little bit like so. And we'll make this look a little nicer in a second, because obviously it's just a border. But if I grab a few of them, you'll be able to see what I mean here. So if I head over here and I can place them against the wall like this, it's just much easier to visually see everything. I don't have to run on top of them. We can just run in here and grab whichever one we need. So it's like a big shulker wall for that right there, which is pretty cool. And then I think I'm going to do something like this on the bottom. Hopefully it looks okay. I think it does. Well, would you look at this? I accidentally did this. I didn't even mean for this calculation to be like that. And then boom. It's perfect. It fits every single one that we had in there, which is pretty cool. And now I can see, I know it's probably hard for you guys to understand which one is which, but I know like which colors are which. Like I know these are all my wood ones down here and stuff. So now I can just see them right in front of me. I can know which ones to grab, and I have a place to put them back when we're finished working, which is always great. So the last thing I think I'm going to do is kind of like round this off. All right, so right now I'm experimenting with some different shelves, maybe. I think it's a way to put that. There's a couple things I wanted to do. Like I wanted to kind of try and make some like new cabinets with some of the new blocks. So we'll see if it ends up working out. I'm trying the pail this time. Okay, that did not work as I intended. That was not supposed to go like that. There we go. That's a little more like what I was going for. And then I have the birch door with the obviously pale trap doors. I feel like it looks pretty cool because we have the white in the door and then you got the white for the trap doors. So it's like a cool little way to make a cabinet, especially if your room was like white themed. I feel like that would look really well or look really nice, but it looks pretty good in here as well. So in order to make these, it's actually pretty inexpensive. It only takes, I think, 6 trap doors. So just like this, and you just kind of make like a pattern like that. You give it a 2-block space, and then you take your trap doors and line them on the top, and then take the door and just invert yourself so you're facing away from the thing and place it on the back side of the block. For some reason, that one placed that way. They should be facing each other. I think you need to be on this half. That's why. There you go. And now you got another cabinet as well. So we got a couple cabinets in there, and just makes this place look much more alive. I'm already liking this way better than whatever we had before, but I feel like we need something right here. All right. I'm liking how this room turned out. It looks very busy. It looks completely new. It looks like an actual furnished room now. We've got paintings on the wall. It feels much nicer to be in. It feels like a cool area. And then we've got our storage up here, so I can actually just throw things away. That was one of the main reasons I made this, was when my inventory is full and I just don't know what to do with the stuff and I don't feel like sorting it out, I can just come up here and just start throwing it in barrels. And we've got our ancient Julius Caesar painting with this Easter egg thing in here, which I believe this right here is the connection above the hallway, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there's like this whole area out over here. So honestly, you could, yeah, like this will just break right into this room right here. But I kind of like the fact that it's just like completely segregated. It's just its own weird, strange little room. So we'll hide something in there eventually. But yeah, this is the room. I hope you guys like how it turned out. It's a complete difference from what we started with, which is really cool to see. And now we have a place where we can store all of our shulkers and we don't have to worry about, you know, finding a place to put them all the time. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. All right, today's comment comes from Yomia1488. Very short comment here. Your videos are relaxing. They remind me of old YouTube. I really like this. Thank you very much for the nice comment. And the only reason I wanted to highlight this comment is because it's nice to see when people recognize that I've designed my videos in the way that they are, right? I think from the very birth of this channel, from the very beginning, it was made clear. Look at what this guy's doing in here. Yep, nice try. This channel has always been based around just being super simple and calming to watch. Nothing overly edited or anything like that. Of course, I've gotten better at the whole editing and, you know, trying to make better videos and whatnot. But at the end of the day, I think I just really want to stick to the roots of just being super calm, fun to listen to. And I always think of my videos as the type of stuff you would watch right before you go to bed. So that's kind of the vibe that I'm going for. But wow, look at this place is really starting to come together, isn't it? Lots and lots of buildings. I think we need to work a little bit more in this area in the coming episodes and kind of build this up because we have like so much height over here and not that much over here. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. But thank you very much for the comment, Yomi. I appreciate you watching the videos and hopefully you stick around. I know my upload rate isn't all that consistent sometimes, but try my best here. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. We're going to take a look from up here because I haven't been up here in a while. But I hope you guys enjoyed. And I guess I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much. Peace out.